Hi, welcome to Video Workflow with Unity. In this section, we will examine the general processes used to create our game using Unity 3D. Creating games is a complex process, and we need a plan for how we will accomplish the many tasks necessary in order to see our game project to completion. Okay, so let's look at workflows we can use with Unity. In the context of creating games with Unity, our workflow is a set of sequential steps that can be used as a pattern for accomplishing specific tasks. These patterns are repeatable and form the core of some of the more routine tasks associated with our game project. Of course, there are multiple different ways of accomplishing things in Unity, so the workflows we will discuss represent just one pattern. Next, we will look at workflows we will use to create our game in this set of courses. We will start with a basic approach to working with Unity. We will also discuss asset workflows and production workflows. Let's take a look at each of those workflows. One of the things we need to accomplish before we start using Unity is to have a game design. Carpenters, for example, rarely start cutting wood without having a detailed design, or at least a good idea of what they want to build. This holds true for game developers as well. We need to know what we are going to create before we get started. Certainly, we will make changes to our design as we start developing, but more than just a general concept is required. Once we have our game at least partially designed, we will need to know what assets we will need for our game. These can include characters, animations, 3D objects, meshes, graphics, textures, audio, and more. This is also a good time to assess what you can accomplish in Unity by yourself and what functions you will need others on your team to perform. Working with assets is our next type of workflow. Assets are visual components used to populate your game world and help it come alive. Assets fall into two basic categories. One's created with Unity, or native assets, and externally created assets. With Unity, we can create basic 3D objects, audio, textures, and even animations. There are more specialized software applications that can be used to create more complex assets. Externally created assets can be brought into your game project with relative ease. In most cases, it is just a matter of dragging the asset file into the Unity interface or populating it in an asset folder. Let's look at one more workflow. Production workflow refers to packing our Unity project and producing the external files in order to provide distribution copies. This enables our games to be played by others. In Unity, we first create a build. If you're not familiar with what that is, do not worry, it will be covered later in the course. When creating a build, there are several decisions you need to make. You'll indicate those decisions in Unity's build dialog. Next, you will add your scenes and, if necessary, rearrange them. In Unity, scenes are game levels. After your scenes are added in the order you want them, you will select a distribution platform for this build. The final step is to save the build, which results in Unity generating the game.